Welcome back to another battle report, folks. In this game we're playing No Retreat and we have a Stug company versus a Soviet light artillery company. Here's a quick overview of the table. Now you notice the first objective placed by the defender is right back in the town, and then by the attacker over here in this field. Now I'm using the Soviets and Brian is using the Stug company. So Brian, if you want to talk us through what's on your list, what's on table and in reserve.
Okay, so as I said, I've got the Stug company from Grey Wolf, page 58 of Grey Wolf, so a confident veteran. So I've got a HQ, Stug HQ, sitting here. I've got 3 teams, each of 3 Stugs.
One's a Stu 42.
One's a Stu 42 in each team, and the teams plus the commander have also got tank escorts as well, so additional support. I've got 2 squads of pioneers, and because I'm also defending in this battle, I've deployed barbed wire in front of this objective here as well. I've got a King Tiger, which I'm holding off in ambush at the moment, and also off the table is my 2 remaining squads of Stugs, and my last squad is a scout squad on motorbikes.
And what's your Tiger Ace skills?
Tiger Ace skills is every shot counts.
So that's lots of dead Russians.
Lots of dead Russians. Hopefully I'm going to re-roll every time I miss you. So death, here we come.
So your general plan today is
just to try and hold on, stop anything coming into my kill zone. With the Tiger tank, I've got a kill zone that's quite strong and quite far out here, so anything that comes across the centre line is going to be in range of my Tiger tank. It's going to be the first thing to start taking objectives from yourself.
right. So the Russians have got 3 platoons of Su-122s and a company commander in the T-34. They have a little scout platoon which is going to push on up that road. They've got 4 IS-2s, 8 Lees, just because I really like Lees, and a 15 base platoon of Stelkovy basically, and they're going to push up this side. It's quite open, but I'm hoping that it doesn't have enough tanks to do anything to them whilst dealing with all the tanks. So we'll come back at the end of the Germans' first turn, the Russians' first turn, and see how it starts off. Right, so the end of the Soviet first turn, basically just advancing. There's not really anything I can be shooting at. These infantry double timed, but stopped just short of the line where at least those Stugs would be able to hit them without moving. So the Stugs are invited to stay where they are or come out. The Lees have moved up to support. IS-2s in a position, he gives cover and fire. Scouts are going to keep on moving up the road. They've got Su-122s in support. Another platoon's using the cover of the woods, whilst one brave platoon is coming out to see if it can cause some bother over here. And the company commander's just hanging back just now, so not much at all for the Soviet first turn. We'll be back for the end of the German first turn.
Right, so after German turn 1, rolled for reserves, got a 1, so no reserves come on. I moved up 2 of my Stugs to get a range shot at the guys that are double timed. Failed, only hit once and failed to do any damage. Popped the ambush from the King Tiger to try and take out these 4 tanks in the open here. Again, re-rolled the 2 failed misses and failed the 2 re-rolls as well. And my commander fired 2 shots and missed as well. So a disastrous turn for the Germans with nothing hit, nothing wounded, nothing destroyed.
And you think those Su-122s were lucky not to get wiped out?
I think they were very lucky because with the King Tiger staring down them, they should have disappeared.
With reroll misses. And now I know where the King Tiger is.
But he's got a great 40-inch field of arc, so you can take out most of this half of the table now.
Okay, we'll be back at the end of the Soviet turn. So Soviet turn 2 is basically continuing the advance. The infantry couldn't double time because of the river, but they keep moving up. The Lees are getting behind them to give some cover and fire if required. The IS-2s have moved up behind cover of the woods out the line of sight of the King Tiger. Column's still moving up the road. This platoon is still taking some cover behind the woods, and these crazy guys should be dead already, so they're going to keep pushing on in, perhaps at the very least drawing the attention of all these Germans and drawing some fire. But one thing to note is now they're in short range, the reroll misses if they don't move. So they might start to do a bit of damage. But just pretty much in the advancing stage, we'll have to see what the Germans can do next turn.
Okay, so this is the end of German turn 2. Again, rolled for reserves, no reserves on again this turn. So it was straight to shooting as this mass horde came towards me. So my commander took 2 shots at this unit here, managed to bail 1 tank. The King Tiger on top of the hill took 2 shots, failed with his first 2, re-rolled, failed with the second 2. So I think he's going to be demoted very soon after this battle. In the middle, in the town, I moved the HU-42 further forward to try and get some shots next turn, and the normal Stug round to the side of the building, so I had 3 shots in total firing up the road. The front tank took 2 shots at the tanks, bailed 1, destroyed 1, and the tank at the back took a shot at the infantry but no hits. So at the moment I've destroyed 1 tank, bailed 2, and all my tanks are still surviving at the moment, although I think I will be shooting the commander of this King Tiger myself. I'm not doing anything at the moment. End of German turn 2.
So, end of the Russian turn 3, the advance is carried on. One Lee's got itself bogged down in the river, but I suppose that wasn't a bad result. The rest of them moved up, fired over here, got a few hits. The best they could hope for at that range was a bail, but didn't get anything. Scouts still moving up the road with a firing channel to shoot up against the Stugs, but no effective firing there. The IS-2s are continuing to move up in a position where they can potentially start hitting the Stugs. And these guys at short range got something like 6 out of 8 hits on the company commander. He rolled a lot of 1s for his saves, so he was a goner. But the Russians are putting themselves very much in the firing line now, so we'll see what the Germans can do next turn.
Okay, so this is the end of German turn 3, so I rolled for reserves. I managed to get 1 of my Stug platoons on. So they rolled up and went hull down on the hill. It gave supporting fire with the King Tiger, again in this unit here, but all the shooting only resulted in 2 bailed tanks, so this is a very lucky unit at the moment.
At least that was the King Tiger got some
King
results.
Tiger actually hit something for a change, but it's still only got bails, considering how strong it should be. My Stug platoon in the town did a number of shots, so the Stug 42 took a pot shot at his tanks at the back here as well, along with the Stug at the back, and managed to bail one of his small tanks there. But I suppose the better shot was from the forward Stug, who took out the second tank on the road. So there's now 2 burning tanks there on the road, starting to make some effect.
So this is the end of the Soviet 4th turn, so just keeping on moving up. There was no point in hanging back because I couldn't really do anything to the Stugs at range. I could only kill them if they rolled a 1. So I managed to hit 2 Stugs, forced 2 bail rolls, managed to get the Stug 42, but I'd imagine I'll be back in quick enough. This guy managed to unbog and bog again, and IS-2 got bogged. The other 2 IS-2s that had a target fired and missed. These guys decided, well, they've lived long enough, they might survive another turn, so them firing plus 1 from this platoon firing at short range with rerolls managed to take out about 3 bases of infantry, so they might do more again next turn if they survive, but I'd imagine I'll be facing another platoon of Stugs next turn, so we'll have to see how that goes. Right guys, I've actually missed a turn because I managed to do something a bit daft with the video recorder. So basically what's happened is these Lees took a bit of a beating. They got around the side, and all they've managed to do so far is just bail stuff out left, right and centre and not kill anything, and then they've been getting hit back in return by the Stugs. The rest of the Lees have been taking a bit of a beating. Nothing much has been happening back on the road. The IS-2s haven't really been shooting anything effectively. Over here, these crazy SU-122s I've managed to stay in the face of all this and they've managed to actually kill the platoon, so that objective is now under threat. And then over here, I kind of thought this might be a possibility all along, is the scout platoon that's been moving up the road has managed to get in, and it got in about this bailed out Stug. I managed to kill it in the assault. The surviving Stug is backed off, the other one's bailed out, so this objective is under pressure as well. But the Germans still have plenty of mobile assets on the table, so they might be doing a bit of rushing towards objectives. It might reduce the rate of fire of stuff coming into me, which might keep me alive for a bit longer.
Okay, so this is the end of German turn 7. So within the town here, killed another tank and bailed another, but everything stayed at the moment, although I've taken an infantry base out, so I'm now back contesting the objective, so it's a fight to the death on the objective here. The machine gunners fired some shots into the infantry, hit but nothing killed, they made their saves. King Tiger is now starting to make a beeline for this objective. He failed his stormtrooper move to move an extra 4 up. He had to come around this side of the hill just in case something got a lucky side shot from the side here, but he's now going off to try and protect the objective. And these 3 Stugs keep trying to whittle down this unit and still surviving at the moment.
Front number 5, ridiculous. That was a quick turn for the Russians. These guys have moved up because they just can't hit them, and even when they do, they're saving. So they're going to keep moving up. In the town, the infantry scattered for cover. I managed to get 2 Stugs on the side with 75 mils, straight of firepower, killed one, bailed one. But the platoon that it's with is still intact, so no motivation there. Over here it's a charge of the SU-122s trying to get themselves killed to contest that objective. The ISs have kind of moved up in a bit of a staggered fashion. 2 of them are double timed to get in a firing position, and the other ones, because they're going up that road, they're going a bit slower. So let's see what the Germans can do to all those SU-122s over there.
Okay, so this was the Germans' last turn. Within the town there was a valiant last stand. They managed to destroy his remaining tanks that were in here as well. Had a couple of shots at the guys, the Germans inside, sorry, the Russians inside the building, but they all saved. Across here, this is where it all hinged. So I took 6 shots with my Stugs and managed to destroy one of his platoons coming in, along with the help of the King Tiger.
Which what should have happened to the other platoon long ago.
5, 6, 7 turns ago. But what was really crucial here was I needed to make a stormtrooper move to be able to contest that objective, because it was underneath the Russians' hold at the moment. And as you can see, it rolled a 2, so failed, lost the game, and it's a victory to the Russians.
4-3 because the Russians lost 2 platoons. The sole surviving Lee kept that platoon on the table. It wasn't going anywhere though.
I'm surprised I lasted that long, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to die a lot quicker than that. Okay, so in summary, using the Germans here, first time I've really used this list, and quite a small list, but what have I learned? Well, one of the key things I've learned is the objective being placed in the town here was probably a bad idea, because you can see it allowed the Russians to take hold of the buildings, contest this objective. It really was going to be hard to take it out, so maybe don't put it so close to buildings.
Certainly if you just got tanks.
Yeah, really hard to protect that one there. I think the King Tiger should be moved up maybe 2 or 3 turns earlier. I was very conscious I was using its range to sit back in the hill and try and destroy what I could, but it just wasn't doing any damage here. I should have had a bit more confidence in its front armour and moved it forward a bit to help protect this unit out here on its own. Machine guns at the far end I think done remarkably well. They came off the bikes halfway through and started whittling down this unit in front of them, but it really was quite a small army, quite a slogfest. But King Tiger first, move forward and don't put an objective in a town.
Well, for me, this is the standout unit. These guys were just ridiculous. Everyone got bailed out at one point, several times for some of them, but they somehow stayed in the game. And being breakthrough guns, with a little bit of support for this dead platoon, they managed to deal with dug-in veterans that were going to ground. Just rerolls on 6s with 2 up firepower, though I did fail 4 2 up firepowers on the trot with them, which was a bit mental. The IS-2 as well, they just allowed me to confidently cover certain bits of the field. They didn't do too much in this game in the attack. Infantry should have got these guys and then moved into the town. They've managed to make 8 out of 9 saves. So they probably should have all been dead. The Lees didn't have a lot of luck when they got into the town. They clobbered the Stugs and then failed every single firepower. But one. They passed one firepower. And the Scouts, they did what I kind of hoped they would do, which is work their way up the road and into those houses. That was my plan, was to find out where the King Tiger was, keep pressure on the forward objective, but swing around here and try and do a bit of a right hook. So it worked, obviously not 100% according to plan. So that will be a 4-3 for the Soviets.
Okay, so some thoughts on your list then, Frank. I think the Lees, they look a funny looking tank, but the number of shots that you can give out with the 2 different guns in them are immense. And as soon as they got into it, they were just unlucky when they got into the middle of my town here, because there was so many shots coming in. But the real scary guns are these SU-122s. When they sit down now, Duggan Infantry's got no chance. Breakthrough guns, re-roll failed misses. Reroll misses, they're horrendous to fight against. It's a very hard army to fight against. With the volume of tanks coming at you, the ability to take out anything that's dug in, and just so many tanks across a wide front. Very, very good list you're fighting with here. Really scared of these things here.
So just some thoughts on Brian's list. Stug Company can be a tricky one to play, because you've got to spend points on tank escorts to get that benefit. But I think in his deployment against this list, where I've got just a few heavies, most of it is front armour 5, he would probably have been better with 2 Stug platoons on the table, one sitting and one in ambush, because we've got a lot more shots coming out every turn. They might be vulnerable to the ISs, but you can deploy them where the ISs aren't at the start, and then I'm hitting you at long range if I'm not moving. One shot, so that's what I would have done different. King Tiger off, Stug's on. The objective placement was a bit tricky, to be honest. If I didn't put it in the town, I might have been able to swamp it with something else. But that's just the only thoughts I would have, is maybe the King Tiger against this list coming in for reserve.